Good morning, boys and girls, and welcome to our first day of e-learning. It's Thursday, March 20th. So this is our first day, so I'm going to go through each part of what you're expected to do for English for me. A little bit more today than I will normally, but I want to make sure you guys feel really comfortable and that you're able to do a lot of this stuff on your own. I know a lot of your grown-ups are working right now, so it's really important to try and do this as best you can on your own. But of course, I'm here if you need help. Your grown-ups are here if you need help. So just reach out if you need a hand. But all of this should be pretty familiar to you guys, should be something that you're used to. So hopefully it'll be not too bad. So your packet's pretty big, but I think it's best to just take it day by day because there's a lot of work for each day. Today you're going to be doing a morning message activity for me. Then there's a reader's workshop activity, independent reading, writer's workshop, guided reading, choose your own center activities, social studies, and there's also a MAPS review packet. So the MAPS review packet isn't going to be in this video, but you'll notice it's one of the 3 packets that's in your folder. And this is a practice packet for the MAPS test. The MAPS test should be after spring break. And we just want to make sure you guys are ready for that test. So do your best on your own. Do pages 1 and 2 today. And then have your grown-ups check the work for you and go over anything that you did right or you did wrong. And then help you practice anything that you didn't do right so that you'll be ready for the test. So this is our morning message activity, and we did this a lot in the beginning of the year, so this shouldn't be really unfamiliar for you. Of course, what goes at the top? The date. So I want you to put the month, the day, and the year. Then you're going to finish this letter for me, and I'm going to read it to you, and there's some parts missing. There's some beginning sounds missing, there's some punctuation missing, some sight words are missing, some letters in them. So I'll read it, and you can fill in what is missing. So it says, Dear Superstars. I definitely hear an S blend at the beginning of stars. Have you ever seen a leprechaun? If you catch one, he will grant you 3 wishes. They can be tricky. You have to keep your eye on him if you do catch one. Yours truly, Mrs. Brenton. Now, go back through that letter on your own and fill in all the missing parts. And I want you to remember with punctuation, is it a period, a question mark, or an exclamation point? Is someone telling, yelling, or asking? All right, and then when you're done that, there's a question for you at the bottom. If you were granted 3 wishes, what would you wish for? And just go ahead and write those in there. Now, this activity is also something that you can do tomorrow. So if you just want to do the letter today, that's fine. Or you can do the letter and this activity. For this one, you are going to be writing 5 describing words or adjectives for cheese. And remember that describing words tell us how something smells, how it tastes, what it looks like, its color, its shape, all that kind of good stuff. So look at the piece of cheese. What do you think it smells like? What shape is it? What color is it? Put those describing words in the circles, and then I want you to pick one to write a good, complete sentence using that adjective about cheese. And remember, when you're writing those sentences, capital letter, punctuation, sounds like how we talk. And this is another morning message activity that, again, you can do today, or you can save, spread it out a little bit. I want you to read that passage in the beginning. I'd like you to tell me who the characters are in this passage and what the setting is. Then I want you to close your eyes and imagine what Kyle and his sister are doing in the snow and what that looks like, and then draw a little picture in that box. For Reader's Workshop, I want you to click on this link, this YouTube link, and you're going to listen to a read aloud of A Color of His Own by Leo Leone. So if we were in school this week, we were going to be doing an author study of Leo Leone. And he's a really famous children's author and illustrator, has made a lot of really good books. And this one is a really good one about a chameleon. Before you listen to the story, I want you to make a prediction about what color you think a chameleon might want to be. Then while you're listening to the story, I want you to think about who the narrator is, who is telling the story. And remember, we talked a lot about who is telling the story. How do we tell? Think about that owl, those owl eyes. Is it the narrator or is it a character? When you're done that, your writing activity today is super simple. You are going to finish this sentence, I am lucky because, and color this rainbow in. This is just a little fun St. Patrick's Day activity. For guided reading today, each of you were given a bag with some books that are on your reading level, your guided reading notebook, and another copy of a reading menu. So what I want you to do is I want you to pick a book, any book that you want from your bag, and if it's not a chapter book, I want you to read half of it today. You'll read the second half tomorrow, and then you'll reread the book again on the third day. I want it to be about 2 books a week. When you're done reading the first half of the book today, I want you to pick something from your writing menu and write in your guided reading notebook. And you know how I like things nice and neat, so put your date in the top corner, the title of the book, and then I want you to write the question that's on the writing menu that you chose on the top of the page as well. Then you can go ahead and answer that question. When you're done that activity, you can choose one of the following centers. So there's a word sort in your folder. There's 2 of them, one for this week and one for next week. And you can pick one of them. And what I want you to do is cut out the sound at the top, glue it in your guided reading notebook, and then glue the pictures that begin with that sound underneath. If you don't feel like doing that today, you can practice typing your sight words, or you can go outside and write them with sidewalk chalk. If you'd like to go online instead, you can go on one of the apps that we've given you, like RazKids or MobyMax or EdGalaxy, or there's a free one, ABC Yeah, with a lot of good learning games that you can do as well. So that could be your center activity. Spend about 15 to 20 minutes doing that. Then, if you don't want to do that, you could draw some pictures for me. I want you to draw a picture of a pair of antonyms. So antonyms are words, remember, that mean the same thing. So you could draw 2 small things, or you could draw 2 sad people, or something like that. Something that shows that you really understand what the same means. And then 2 pairs of antonyms, so words that mean the opposite. So you might draw like a really big elephant and then a really tiny elephant. Big and tiny are antonyms. If you don't want to do that, the other activity you can choose is go grab one of your favorite books, and I want you to go through that book and look for any words that begin with digraphs or have digraphs in them. So remember, digraphs are 2 letters that make one sound. We have the SH, the TH, the CH, and the WH. So go through your books and see if you can find some, and then write a list of those words in your guided reading notebook. Finally, we have our social studies assignment. So we were going to start our 4th quarter unit learning about famous Americans. And so that's what you're going to be doing at home. You're going to be learning about famous Americans. And today you're going to be learning about Benjamin Franklin. So you're going to watch this video, and you're just going to watch it once. Just kind of watch it, enjoy it. Then I want you to watch it a second time. And while you're watching it that second time, I want you to grab a piece of notebook paper, list 1, 2, 3, and use words or pictures to answer these 3 questions. The first question is, what was Ben Franklin's first job? What was Ben Franklin's greatest discovery? And what famous declaration did Ben Franklin sign? So these are all of the activities that you have to do for Miss Brenton today. Hopefully this won't take you too long, and hopefully this is something that you can feel good about doing on your own. I miss you guys terribly. I wish that we were doing all of these fun things together, but we're all home, and hopefully you're enjoying some time with your family. Try not to drive your grown-ups too crazy, and know that I miss you and I can't wait to see you guys again soon. You'll get another video from me tomorrow explaining what your assignment is for day 2. And also for your independent reading challenge, there's another video that I sent to your grown-ups explaining the directions for that. That's your independent reading for today. And be sure to do it, because if you do, you get a prize from me when you get back. Have a great day, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.